Hi, and welcome to this short video where we're going to talk a little bit about transforms within Conveyor. So transforms sit within the mapping, within a connection, and transforms are slightly different than variables, where variables are done sort of at the, before the data moves across, which means you can use that transformed value at the top level of your mapping sections. Transforms are done at the field level. So when you go into your mapping here, you can see against each field you have this little arrow in the middle. And if you click on that, that allows you to do your transform. There's a few examples here in this mapping, which is an opportunity here. I'm creating a new opportunity and I need to convert the date. And that's because I'm taking the source data from a Salesforce report and that date format doesn't quite match the target system that I want to pass it to. So if I click on that and we can look at that transform in here, you can select the type. In this case, we've got a date format and I'm changing it from my report into the target date format that I need for my date field in my target Salesforce org. And if that fails, you can choose what you want to do. I'm going to raise an error. When you've got your transform set up here, you'll see this little icon will show, and if you hover over it, it will tell you exactly what the transform is doing. Now I'm going to show you another little example here that's pretty nifty. So I've got a report that has some opportunity data in it, and I want to pass over probability. I don't actually have that in my report, so let's just customize this report here, and let's go probability, double click that and add that into my report. And let's save that report and run it. Now, another little cool feature in Conveyor is I've added that additional field into my source data, but at the moment, Conveyor doesn't know about that yet. So what I'm going to do is in the top right-hand corner, I'm going to click Refresh Schemas. And then Conveyor will go and make itself familiar with any changes that have happened in both the source and the target. Now, if I come back to opportunity here, and let's just map this field. And yeah, we're going to use a source field in this one because we're talking about transformations. And here's my probability field that was added into that report. And I'm going to add that into the probability field in my target. Now let's do that transform here. So when you add a field mapping, you have the option to add the transform when you do it. So again, this little arrow is here. So I'm going to click on that. Now in here, what I'm going to do is I just want to change the probability value of one of my stage type values because if we go back here to this little report, we can see here when I've got value proposition as the stage type, the probability is 50%. Now, I'm not keen on allowing people to have kind of a 50-50 probability in their stages. So I want to change that to 40. I don't want to go back and change that in the source org because that's how that business unit likes to work. But in my master org, I want that to show as a probability of 40%. So in Conveyor, I'm going to look up the value from a list here. And I'm going to say, remember we're on the field. So if the value of this list matches 50, I'm going to use 40. And then we just apply that. Well, actually, before we do that, so we choose what we want to do if it doesn't match this. That's the only one I want to change. So if it's not matching the 50, I'm going to use the source value, which will mean that everything else just goes across as it was. And then I can apply that. And you can see here, it's got the little icon changed here. And I can apply that. And now when I look at my probability mapping down at the bottom here, you can see we've got our transform set up here as needed. And it's as simple as that to set up transformations in Conveyor. Thank you.